Let's look at the steps for dividing decimals when the divisor is a decimal. First, move the decimal in the divisor to the right until it is an integer. Next, move the decimal in the dividend the same number of times to the right. And finally, follow the steps for division from the previous video. In this first example, recognize that the divisor is a decimal. We want to force that to be an integer, which means we need to move that decimal point to the right 2 times to give us -16. If we move this one 2 times to the right, we also need to do the same thing with the dividend. We're going to move that decimal 2 times to the right. And then we just divide like we did in the previous video. So on the outside of the house, we'll have 16. Actually, it's going to be -16, but we'll ignore the negatives for now and deal with that in the end. So the divisor on the outside is 16, since we moved the decimal 2 times to the right, and then the dividend will become 197.6. So we have 197 and 6/10, and we're going to divide that by 16. Now division as usual. 19 divided by 16 is 1. 1 times 16 is 16. Subtract, we get a 3. We'll bring down the 7. 16 goes into 37 2 times. 2 times 16 is 32. Subtract, we get 5. Bring down the 6. 16 will go into 56 3 times. 3 times 16 is 48. Subtract, and we get 8. We'll need to add a 0 beside the 6 so that we can bring it down. And now 16 will go into 80 5 times. 5 times 16 is 80. Subtract, and we get a 0. Now we just need to remember to bring that decimal point up into the quotient. So we have 12 and 35 hundredths. Don't forget to check the signs. We have a negative divided by a negative, which is a positive. In the next example, again, the divisor is a decimal. We need to force the divisor to be an integer. We can do that by moving that decimal to the right 2 times. If we move this decimal to the right 2 times, we have to do the same thing on the dividend. So we have 54 as the divisor. It lives on the outside of the house. And then on the inside, the dividend, 140.4. Let's take that decimal point up to the quotient and now divide like usual. 54 will go into 140 2 times. 2 times 54 is 108. Subtract, and we get 32. We'll bring down the 4. 54 will go into 324 6 times. 6 times 54 is 324. Subtract, we get a 0. So we have 2 and 6/10. But don't forget to check the signs. We have a positive divided by a negative, which makes this -2 and 6/10.